hysterical!
Hey Mario, did you ever wonder where a baby comes from?
Well, you see, Luigi, when a paisano puts a spaghetti...
New from Bionicle. I just snorted an entire suitcase full of powdered drywall and the government is not happy.
A little bambino covered in prosciutto comes out about 9 months later.
I like to play my games. I have too much to play. I like video games. I just want to talk about some of the games that I've been recently playing and enjoying for quite a while now. For some context, I have a massive backlog of games that I've been wanting to get into. Between work, sleep, depression, and trying to be healthy, it's been difficult to even try to get everything in order. Most of the games that I have are continuations or spiritual successors from established IPs, and rather than going through those games head-on, I feel the strong need to actually go back and play those games from its first installment of the series. I'm not gonna lie to you all, older games are where it's at with me right now. A lot of modern games aren't really cutting it out for me. I find the older ones to be a whole lot more entertaining and fulfilling than anything. Right now I'm playing through some NES, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and Game Boy Advance games to even quench my entertainment thirst, with the occasional Switch game and port or two. Ah yeah, show me those pixels, baby, yeah! So to start off, recently I got into the Metroid mainline series, and I'm working my way towards Metroid Dread. I've been having an absolute blast playing through these, and I'll eventually play through Prime because of Prime 4's announcement. Currently, I'm in Metroid Samus Returns on 3DS, so I'm quite literally one game away from catching up to Dread, which makes me all the more excited and looking forward to Dread. I was also thinking about playing through some of the lesser-like games in the Metroid series, like Other M and Federation Force. No! No! Yeah, I know these games aren't liked as much, but I mean, out of curiosity, I want to see what these games have to offer. The Metroid series of games have always been one that I've been wanting to get into ever since I can remember, and honestly, the majority of them are pretty good aside from 2 or 3 that I have a hard time recommending. More on that later on, but just know that there's a reason why the majority considers Super Metroid one of the best games out there. You are the best Metroid game by far. I love you. It seriously deserves every single bit of praise it gets. I've also been slowly making my way into playing the Donkey Kong Country line of games, specifically the Super Nintendo versions. Now those games also belong in the same nature as Metroid, where I've been wanting to dive into and experience these games for a very long time. I'm no stranger to DKC1 as I've played bits and pieces here and there, but I've never finished it completely. As of right now, I've only played through Countries 1 and 2 and they are frustratingly good. Yeah. But the games themselves are so challenging that I had a hard time restraining myself from actually yelling inside the house. This game will beat you up hard. There's a lot I want to talk about with these games, but I feel like I need to justify them by making their own collective video or individual videos. All to say that this is to catch up to the recent Donkey Kong Country Return games. The first 3 Dragon Quest games are also ones that I've been slowly playing through on and off on my Switch. Currently I'm halfway done playing through 2, and I really want to get into the 3rd game because I keep hearing it's the best one out of the original Air Drake trilogy. And I gotta say, if you really want to play a Dragon Quest game, specifically the older ones, at the very least play the first entry. Because it finally clicked to me why these games are so much fun, how it became the series that it is now, and how it inspired several other IPs, the most notable one being Final Fantasy. This trilogy is also important because it has some ties to the most recent Dragon Quest XI game in a way that you guys might not expect. I won't actually explain how or spoil in any manner. I mean, that was done to me a long time ago by one former friend, but I gotta say, it's pretty cool how these games expand its lore and its universe altogether. Honestly, the first 3 games are what feels like a lighthearted traditional D&D campaign in a video game format.
I cast a spell.
Where's the Mountain Dew?
In the fridge, duh. I want to cast a spell.
Can I have a Mountain Dew?
Yes, you can have a Mountain Dew, just go get it.
Have you ever played Knights of Pen and Paper? It's kinda like that. If you ever played those games, you'll have a blast playing through this one. Now, some people might have a hard time playing this because of the Akira Toriyama art style, but if you look past that, then you'll have a really good time. Hey kids, you like Zelda games? Yeah! Ever Oasis is a 3DS game that made it to my radar this year. And it plays vaguely similar to Zelda games with Egyptian settings. It's a really cool game that I wish I had a port or remaster onto the Switch because of the story. I want to keep playing this game because I really like the world it establishes, its environments, and the characters you get to talk to. There are a lot of things you can change and customize with your Oasis and who you get to take with you and your party to advance the plot. Again, not to spoil anything, it's a really good game that I wish more people would talk about. It's definitely a hidden gem to dig up, and I've been heavily considering either streaming or making a video out of this game. I don't know. You guys let me know. I have sunk so many hours into Yakuza Kiwami that I've not even advanced the story at all. Seriously, you guys don't know how much I like doing the side quests in this game, especially Mezu King. Now, before you judge, I like the simplistic rock, paper, scissors mechanic. That's literally it. It has so many things you can do for the side quests, and that's not even mentioning the main gameplay, which is beating up street punks, rude and disrespectful people, and other Yakuza family members. The story in this game is serious, but the tones change whenever you decide to do the funny side quests. I'm still at the very beginning of the game, but I wouldn't mind starting from scratch just to have more people experience the series. I've also been playing through the mainline Mario Kart games. No particular reason, I just really want to see how the games have evolved and rank them according to what I think is the best ones in terms of fun. I am currently paused and hesitating playing through Mario Kart Wii. If you know, you know. I barely survived Mario Kart 64. Still, I'm very close to finishing that personal task, and I'm taking notes to see what I like and don't like out of each game. I don't have a set schedule to finishing this since I still have a lot of other things to do. Xenoblade Chronicles. Alright, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Holy moly, this game is a lot. You know, I started this game about a year ago, and am now towards the very end. It shouldn't take me too long to finish this game, but there's been a lot of other things that have gotten in the way. But man, does this game have a lot to do. I need to level grind because the boss is just too much right now. I won't spoil much from this game aside from the plot mirroring something similar to the Bionicle storyline. Seriously, it's Bionicles. I don't know how else you could justify it. It is Bionicles, and nobody can convince me otherwise. I'm really enjoying my experience, but I'm so tired and burnt out at this point. It has a good plot twist and a battle system that was something I never experienced before. I need to get through this one to play through 2 and 3. Trust me, they're on my list. I will eventually play them. I just need time. I keep hearing the story is just absolutely crazy as it progresses, with Evangelion levels of complexity, which is right up my alley.
Yo, you get in the robot! Your friends love you, get in the robot!
I don't think I'll ever make a serious video about this, or maybe even a review, maybe slightly talk about it, but there's just a lot of footage to capture from this game, and I just don't know if I can tackle on such a huge project for this one. Lastly, I've been eyeing a lot of games, like a lot, and I'm so excited and intimidated because where do I start? I do have a list of other games that I want to continue playing, replay, or experience to potentially make future videos. In no particular order, these will take some priority in the near future if my mood allows for it.
Go!
As far as making videos, there's a lot of effort that goes into making them. I make my own assets to do all of this. And it's pretty tiring since I'm a one-man team. I don't have an editor, designer, or compositor. This is all stuff I do in my spare time whenever possible. I don't even have the funds or resources to look for a team either, so don't get your hopes up for me to finding people. If anything, what I'm asking for those who watch my videos is to at the very least send me good vibes and words of encouragement.
Never give up!
The depresso chemical in my brain is one hell of a demotivator, and it drains me so much energy and enthusiasm to do anything absolutely productive. I will overcome it someday, but not today. So that's pretty much it.
Okay, I love you, bye-bye!